Alright, what is up, y'all? I just stopped by my sister's house to pick up my push mower to go to the farm because we have some work to do out there and probably going to get some good video of my dad. And yeah, it's going to be a pretty good day. Well, boys and girls, I'm just riding down the road, and I saw something I never thought I'd ever see in life, and that was a Chevrolet Colorado, pulling a skid steer on a trailer. And I was looking at it and I was like, there's no way in hell that's a fucking Colorado. I swear to God, it was a Colorado. And this thing is pulling a skid steer. Now, every skid steer that I've ever, been involved with moving, they've all weighed, 10, 11, 12,000 pounds. But I don't know. I don't know how light they can be. I just know we have, my uncle has some pretty heavy ones. But that was unreal. That was probably one of the craziest things I've ever seen on the road around here. Well, guys, now that my dad is gone and I have a little peace and quiet, I guess I can show y'all what we did today. He got here before I did because I woke up late, as usual. Basically we cut up some boards on some 45s, as you can see here, and put 3 of them in on that side and 3 of them in on this side. And the barn, this little tractor shed here, let me back up so you can see it. The sun is right behind the tractor shed, but it's got the tractor in there. It was kind of cattywampus, and this post was holding up nothing. It was sitting over here. It was like dangling. So we put it back in place and nailed it back where it's got to go. And then over here on this side, we took this fence post and jammed it up underneath here, and I pushed up the side of the barn, this side of the barn, while my dad came with the tractor and pushed this corner of the barn over to get the barn sitting on top of this rock. And it kind of worked, but it should have gone, you know, a few more inches that way. And my dad rototilled in the garden. I'll get a better look at it here. Hold on a sec. Let me just undo this. So he rototilled the garden in the spaces where we haven't planted anything, and then he took the small rototiller and planted all around all the plants. We got, this has all been recently done, you know, in the past about 2 weeks. We got, in these rows right here, we have tomatoes and a couple peppers. These 2 rows are all tomatoes, and these are my 2 Tabasco peppers, and these are some more peppers and some basil. And this onion, the onion's finally looking good. And then this is a dragon cayenne, another Tabasco, and some lunchbox peppers. And then these 3 rows right here are darker, you can see. This one and that one and that one are Clemson spineless okra. And then these 2 rows are Indian corn. And then right here on these little dots, these little mounds are watermelon. I can't remember what variety. I know we have Charleston Grays planted over there somewhere. And then we got some more tomatoes and some we have a friend of my dad's, long like childhood friend. We're good buddies with, family friend. She comes out here and she plants some stuff and harvests some stuff out of this garden, helps us out. And her brother, who went to school with my dad, comes out here and hunts, and we go hunt with him, bird hunt sometimes. We got squashes in this one, and on these 3 rows where the 3 posts are. And then on these 2 rows where these 2 posts are, we have cucumbers. And then we have another row of watermelons. What kind are these? Charleston Grays. And then we have a row of gourds, like I guess like drinking gourds. You know, I don't know how really well those are going to turn out or whatever, but we have those. And so we did that. Let me show y'all what I did yesterday. Pretty proud of it. I don't know if we'll be able to see it or not. It might be kind of dark inside the shed. I should have filmed it, but I didn't have a camera with me, and I'm also not a great welder, so I didn't really want to talk about it that much. But I welded on this D-ring that I got from Home Depot onto the bucket of our tractor, and I got it right centered in the middle. It was pretty easy. All I had to do was just take the grinder, grind off the paint, measure it. It's 60 inches wide, so I got it on 30, and I put a little line across both sides, and then I just centered it up on here. Got to make sure that this part is actually on there when you center it and get ready to weld it. Just tacked it down 2 sides, welded it up, then I painted it. And if you're ever welding anything on like the bucket of a tractor and they have hydraulic lines in the front, make sure you lay a piece of plywood in front of those, so that way a piece of slag doesn't drip off and break one of those lines, because these lines can be under extreme pressure, and it will hit you harder than a pressure washer. You can see right there where I had the ground clamp on it right there. And then on the sides, this tractor's kind of old, so I did the sides were kind of there was a crack running right along the inside right here of where this part folds down on the top. So I welded it right here, And that's actually a good weld. And then I did like a sloppy uphill weld because I was trying to practice doing uphill welds. And I did this one across that one to like kind of bridge it together. And I did another one this way. And it was cracked on the same place on the other side. And I did welds on the inside of the bucket as well, both sides. And I just did this one just across. And it is alright. Looks shitty, but it'll probably hold. Wait a second. Why the fuck is there a seashell 1,000 miles away from the beach? I don't want to know. I don't want to know. But I need to get the rototiller off and put the bush hog on at some point and go mow, because this place is getting pretty overgrown. The blueberries are looking alright. These are all blueberry bushes. And I've been push mowing them. It's a brand new push mower. It's pretty nice. There's a push mower sitting over there by one of the plows that's been around since I was a little kid. But I don't know. I just, it's been overgrown, and I've been trying to get working on that, but I got bored of doing that, so I went and worked on some other stuff. But over here in the barn, you can see that we have the center stall of the barn, the center hall, cleaned out. This was piled full of just old wood and shit that we did not need. And there's about, I don't know, I'd say about a good 100 pounds worth of nails dropped on the floor of this thing that we had to pick up with magnets and shovels. But this little trailer I had to haul, it's full of red oak all the way through. It's milled red oak off the sawmill at my granddad's place. Y'all know about that. Y'all seen the video on it. But the only things that we kept in the center stall that were in here when we started off were this Ford 302 and C4 transmission, this Chevrolet straight 6, and this Ford 9-inch rear end, which I really wish we could have made take up less space, but we really needed the tractor to do that. But this place is full of nails, so we just used the bulldozer, because no matter how many nails are on the ground, it ain't gonna hurt the bulldozer. And back here on the back side of the barn, there's a bunch of big ass privet hedge trees that have grown up, and they're shading out the garden in the afternoon. So I had to come back here and cut out a bunch of them, and these all really need to go, and I really need to clean this place up better. And you can see I was girdling that one. But yeah, I'm working on that. Next, we're going to get this one cleaned out, and this stall is actually wide enough that we could fit both the Jeeps inside of here. And that's what I really want, because I still got to get that step side out here, and it needs to go in the shelter out of the weather, so we can actually do something with it. But that's what we've been working on here recently out at our property. I've been doing a little bit of work down by the lake, because it keeps growing up with sweet gum trees, and taking the saw and the ground slice and stuff and cutting them up. But next project that we're going to be working on that I'm going to try to film is we're going to be building a new building. Not really a new building. We're going to build a shelter off the side of the old house some kind of way. We also need to clean out that house and get most of the junk out of it, but that's the trip. We just need a dump trailer to make it so much easier. Back a dump trailer up to the door. So right here on this side of the house, let me get closer. Right here on this side of the house, right, this is where I do most of my welding. I guess the buzzards are inside. There's two buzzards that live upstairs. They don't pay much rent, but you know, they're good tenants. They take care of the place. We're gonna build a shelter that comes off. It's gonna be about that high, and it's gonna come off. And it's gonna go out this way, probably to about where that trailer is. So this tree has to come out, and that trailer is gonna have to be moved for the time being. And we're gonna build a shelter, and we're gonna park the other bulldozer in there. And one of the trucks, some other stuff, and yeah, it'll be alright. It'll be pretty good. This is our trailer. I really need, this is half my dad's and half my uncle's. They went in 50-50 on it, and my uncle's probably used it 90% of the time because my dad only needs it about 10% of the time, and so they were fine with that. They were fine with that arrangement. My dad didn't really care, and because he didn't need it, and you know, if he needed it, it would be there. But they need it because it's about to start being hay season up here pretty soon, and they might need that trailer. They might need me to haul some hay or do something for them. So I'm gonna have to take that trailer back. But it has a 6-prong plug for the lights, and my truck is a 4-prong because it's old as shit. So I don't know how well it's gonna work out. I've filmed about 3 different four-wheeler videos, but I can't seem to figure out how to get the camera angle right. I tried to use the camera here on this mount, and this mount is just loose, and it won't hold the camera still. I tried one on the helmet, and I had it too low, and then I tried again, had it too high. So I want somebody here to help me next time I do that. And I tried it with the chest rig, and the chest rig was literally just pointing right here the entire time. So I don't know. I'll figure something out for that, because I got some pretty sweet trails to ride up and down through here. But yeah, that's what's going on around here. Stay tuned for the next video, because the next video is going to be a review on that there truck. Alright, this is Black and White Country. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next one.